Hello my friends on YouTube. I would like to speak today about something I thought to call it Teach Them a Lesson. And I'll explain why I chose this title. Recently there is this lady, Asia Bibi, the Christian Pakistani woman who is accused of insulting Muhammad, the prophet of the terrorist ideology or Islam. This woman from Pakistan, and the percentage of Christian in Pakistan is 1.5%, and the rest, 98.5%, are terrorists or Muslim. When I say terrorist, I'm not insulting anybody. This is what Muhammad told them to be and do. So I'm not insulting anybody. That's how Muslims should refer to themselves. I made a list here of Quranic verses. I'm not using hadith because many people say, oh, this hadith is not confirmed, is not really, we don't know how good it is, it might be wrong, but Quran, if it's wrong, everything is wrong. Okay? In Al-Anfal, chapter 12, 8, part 8, I didn't prepare the English translation, but I didn't even write the whole verse, but the part that I need to speak of is smite them over the neck and cut their fingertips. I don't think this needs any explanation. Smite does not mean smite them with a piece of paper. Smite them with the sword to chop the neck off. Okay, there's another chapter called Muhammad, chapter 4, verse 47. It says, when and where you meet the kuffar or the non-believer, smite the neck, chop the neck off, chop the head off. Another chapter, 57, Al-Anfal, verse 8. Muhammad, when you see the infidel, kill a lot of them and the rest take them as prisoner. So in case you need exchange or you sell them for money. This is the violence that it is in the Islamic teaching that Muhammad brought to us, to humanity, as mercy. Now, we see gruesomeness in the teaching of Muhammad. I mean, probably the Old Testament and many other religions, there was conflict between people and people got killed. However, Islam is so graphic of how to deal with the enemy, how to make it so gruesome, so that you intimidate and put fear and horror in others so that they wouldn't dare challenge you. That's the difference. I made another list here of few people that there are people that I spoke of in my videos that Muhammad murdered, either the woman that was nursing her baby, or the poets. They all killed them gruesome. They murdered them in a gruesome way. But today, at this time and age, we see that the followers of Muhammad are doing something very similar to many other people. For example, James Foley, the journalist who have been beheaded. Stephen Joel, also he's a journalist and he was beheaded in public, and they had a video on that. I don't like to see blood, so I don't know if this is on the internet or not, or something like that. I don't want to see that. I'm not looking for it, but I'm sure uh, people may have seen it. Okay. Mu'adh al-Kasasbah, that's the Jordanian pilot who fell in the area where ISIS is. They burned him alive. So when you behead somebody and split his head from his body and hold it in front of people, or burn the person, ignite him with a match and let him wait, suffer as he burns until he dies, this is a gruesome death. This is not like in a war and I shoot somebody or somebody shoots me and yes, it's painful, and sometimes if you survive, you could survive, or even if it comes in the head, you don't feel it really. If it strikes you in a sensitive area, you die right away, but there is no gruesomeness in it. It is not with the idea to show gruesome show, but you are fighting and it's me or you, one of us has to go. Okay, anyway, there's that boy in the Chechnyan war, Alexandrovich Rodionov, that also a 19 years old Christian boy who was told he had a cross, he was wearing a cross, and he was told to convert to Islam. He refused, and they told him to take his cross off. He refused, so they put him in jail and they tortured him for about 100 days, and then they beheaded him. Okay, Daniel Pearl, he was a Jewish journalist. I think his wife was French. They beheaded him. They actually just cut his body to pieces. So when we hear about Mohammed bin Salman today, the Prince of Hell, or Saudi Arabia, whatever you want to call it, murdering the Saudi journalist Jamal Khashoggi, we shouldn't really wonder where is this coming from. It has roots in Muhammad's lifetime and his way of conducting things, and today, and he's doing the same thing. Okay, Nick Berg, that was a businessman, British businessman. He was kidnapped by ISIS and he was also beheaded. Musab al-Zarqawi, who was killed in one of the attacks, murdered him. Lee Rigby, this is the soldier, the British soldier, that he was killed on the street by a Muslim convert who became Muslim for 10 years and totally became so violent. Okay, so this what we get from Islam, and the violence that we see is done on purpose, is done to intimidate, to make people afraid, to make people feel, how am I going to survive this? I better work myself a deal, either become a Muslim, even it's better than being killed, or no. These people have to learn a lesson. There's one man in human history who have understood this very well, and he made the Muslim army crap in their pants, literally. I'm not saying that figuratively, literally. That was Richard the Lionheart. He understood this tactic, so he was really resolved in his head, in his mind, in his heart. He knew how to respond, and respond with authority and power. So he captured 3,000 Muslim soldiers. He didn't return them. He brought them near the headquarters of Salah ad-Din, where people from the other side can see, and chopped their heads off, all of them, 3,000 in one day. 3,000 prisoners of war. That destroyed the morale of the soldiers of Salah ad-Din. Because if you do that, we can do the same thing. Will you stand it? No, they couldn't. Unfortunately, these Muslim terrorists, they killed the lawyer of Asia Bibi. They wanted to kill the judges who said she did not commit a crime to deserve death. Their life is hanging in the balance. They want to kill them. And the government arrested the leader, the Muslim leader, who is agitating the people against the authority. This is my advice. Unfortunately, until now, we are playing games with Muslims. My concern, if I have the authority, and I hope somebody is listening, hit as hard as Richard the Lionheart did, if not harder. Let them crap in their pants once again. Let Mohammed bin Salman know that there are people who are going to beat the crap out of him. This man, it's not that I agree with the royal family, Saudi royal family, no. But to take all the business people, all the prince of the royal family, and put them in jail. Of course, it was a hotel, but he made it a jail for them. And take their money or kill them. How about if they made their money in a legal way? Who said that they made it in a corrupt way? There are many people in America, in Europe, they're billionaires. They're more rich. They're richer than the Saudi prince. And many of them, they did not steal. They made their money the honest way. They worked. They had bright ideas and they made their money. God bless them. Leave them alone. But to bully them and take their money, this is what Muhammad did. Muhammad, the prophet of Islam. And Muhammad bin Salman is doing the same thing today. It's not that I agree with the Saudi royal family, but you have no right to do that. Further, he took the president of Lebanon as a prisoner in Saudi Arabia when he went there. And they beat him up. And who knows what they intimidated him with. And I think if it weren't for France interfering, I think this man could have ended up in jail in Saudi Arabia or murdered. The president of another country. So we have a bully here who is following a bully. His name is Mohammed bin Salman, following in the footsteps of Muhammad ibn Abdullah, the founder of the Islamic ideology. Alright? They're doing the same thing basically. Now, what are we going to do? We have to stand. We should have a spine, grow balls, and stand up for these idiots and fight and make them crap in their pants so that they will stop pushing and bullying people around. Thank you very much, and we'll see you again.